Okay, we are now officially live. Oh man, I tried to go live like a minute ago, and it's like the one time in forever that I didn't just check for like to make sure I was live. Well, I did check, but I didn't like check my settings basically. I always check. You guys know how we do this. We start, we say, is it good? And then we game. So, let's talk about this team. We have a team that we made in the last live stream. I was kind of just booling. I don't know. I like streaming sometimes more than I like posting videos because it's more interactive, you know what I mean? But it does turn out that a lot of the times people watch the videos more than they watch the live streams. So what I'm likely going to do is today, while we're live streaming for a bit, I'm going to play with this team, trying to try to get a few more matches so that I can put it together with the match from the last video with this team. And then we'll have a new video to post over the next day. We have to post my draft team video from the Continental Cup last week, and then we'll be all caught up on things. But yeah, I also have to make my new rental teams for the month, which is something. Okay, cool. We were dropping frames for a second. What up, Doga? We just dropped a couple frames, so we were glitching out, but now we're chilling, and we are not dropping frames anymore. But yeah, nice to see you, Doga. How are you? We're just kind of talking right now about this team that we're using, which is from the last stream, but it's really kind of like an adaptation of a team that I've been getting beat by a lot recently, which is the main four. I feel like is Moltres, Sinistcha, Grimmsnarl, and Arcanine. I've been facing this core a decent bit, and it has been putting in a lot of work. So it's a good core, and nice. Yeah, and so I just thought that Ursaluna would probably be a good addition to this team comp, especially if we give it Calm Mind and Leftovers, because with Grimmsnarl, yeah, vibing. That's what I thought you meant, but you said Viking. I was like, is this the word that I know? Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, in the last video, we had Shiftry, and Shiftry, while it's funny, is not exactly the best option. So more than likely, we can switch Shiftry off the team for something else. We were looking at Gastrodon in the last video as a potential option as well. I just think Gastrodon's nice because this team really benefits from longevity more than it benefits from like hitting things right away. So having that yawn pressure, I think, would be nice. However, we did win a game pretty convincingly with Shiftry. And also having the Storm Drain from the Gastrodon would be good. Imagine if they gave us another Storm Drain Pokemon that was actually good. Like, like, you know, we have Lightning Rod, and it's on, like, Raichu and Pinkerchin, which are, like, I mean, sure, they're okay. Like, but they're not really, you know, they don't really chuff the stuff, as we like to say on this channel. And I mean, Gastrodon is good enough that having Storm Drain is like it does make it decently viable. Lumineon is just not really there. Like, Lumineon is cool, and I respect its plight. but it's not that. It's just not that good. That's its problem. So something else that I was thinking about for this team is that, yay. So something else that I was thinking about for this team is, hey, look, I'm reminding myself. You see this? We're gonna change the music back to random. Okay, we're not gonna listen to the Kid Akami prologue forever and forever. I'm doing it. Okay, something else is I don't have my good mic right now. I'm at like a different location than my usual location, so I don't have my mic with me, and potentially won't have it for like 2 months. But it's chill because I've realized that the normal mic sounds decent enough on this new computer, especially in this location with the way the acoustics work. So we're chilling. But yeah. I was thinking that we might actually benefit more from an Ursaluna that like has maybe is the one with the life orb, or just something like that. Like maybe even an assault vest. Like I just feel like I find Ursaluna trying to set up too much is not that good. But that being said, I don't know. Like maybe it is. Alright, Eddie. Ooh, the sauce. The pure sauce. So, let's see. The one nice thing about Shift Tree is that it does have Wind Rider, which is like pretty freaking tight, my guy. But that being said, I mean that's really only good against like Chiyu, right? Because Chiyu has Heat Wave. So I kind of think we start like the Fire Fairy Boy, and we start Grim Snarl, and then in the back maybe we bring Moltres. And we could bring Scarlet. I actually think Scarlet could be good in the beginning. But in general, I think the Fire Fairy Boy is going to be a little bit better. There's also ways in which Shift Tree could have been a good lead, but it kind of revolves around me like exploding. So yeah, I mean like we could take Shift Tree off for things like Urshifu, Gastrodon. They are gonna start Chi Flutter. We're gonna start Arcanine. They're like, yes, this is exactly what I want. And I'm like, are you sure? Okay. So we're just gonna click Rock Slide, and we're just gonna click Light Screen. I fell right into their trap. Or did they fall into my trap? We're just gonna have to see. Gaming. Oh, that's not gaming. Cause they crit. Like, that's the game we play. Hey. I don't even know what to say. Like... Turtle? You got a turtle in there, my guy? Yeah, we just double one-shot them with Rock Slide. Like, what are they supposed to really do, my guy? Okay. I think the most important thing here So, I probably should have protected, is the one thing. Okay. I made the right play. Yeah, yeah. They were not happy. And one. Like, you can't steal that from me. You just can't, you know what I mean? Like, you just can't. And they tried so hard to take that. But we win. That was our win. So this is the Roaring Moon team that has been going around. I do think it's pretty scary. I think something we can do is we can start like shift tree. Moltres with Arcanine. I don't feel super good about this one. It feels like we have to bring Ursaluna, but it feels like Ursaluna is not going to be that good, right? Like, it feels like quite a lot of things aren't going to be that good. So I actually think they have a really good team. I don't really know what to think about this. Like, I want to kind of pressure them into protecting. So I feel a little more comfortable just trying to get a Leaf Blade crit right now. And what's more good against the rest of my team? We definitely have to focus on getting rid of the inertia. Okay. So, unfortunately, I probably shouldn't have gone for Hurricane. But, ooh, yeah, I definitely shouldn't have gone for Hurricane. This is bad. Okay, we hit the Hurricane. So they bring out the Rillaboom-Bastic. Let's switch into Arcanine and click Protect. Rillaboom-Bastic. Okay, I think we're winning. I can't tell, but I think so. So, nothing on their team takes a Flare Blitz. So gaming. What you gonna do with that thing, my guy? you gonna do with that little thing? My god. So let's switch Shift Tree back in. And let's... make a Wrath of Fire again. It's freaking rude, my guy. Yeah. Okay, so we have a chance to do something very risky here. And the only way that I think it fails is if my opponent is watching. Because if they're watching, they can predict it. Dang, I have a slow guy. Unless they still have Tailwind, that would make sense. Goodbye. There you go. Yeah, so they still had Tailwind. Let's click Calm Mind, and let's click Terra Blast. We gamed. Have you ever seen somebody game that hard? He was like, nah, I can't. It's all good. Alright, Shift Tree, well, maybe you can stay on the team. You know, you tried hard enough that I respect you. But, that being said, I am gonna test this team without with Gastrodon, and we're gonna see if Gastrodon is better. But for now, let's update our rank. Let's get you guys a rental team. We're sitting at a swift 3-0 with this team. And, you know, we're having fun, so. That's what matters. So, you know, chuggers in the chat. Okay, what team do we want to temporarily unrent? I'm probably gonna have to say that it's this one. I'm gonna take a picture of it so that I remember what it looks like. Yeah, no. I think this team just didn't chuck the stuff. I liked it a lot. I liked the way it looked, but this team did not chuck the stuff. So we're gonna have to take this one off. And we'll leave that other one up for a little. So something else that we can think about is what item would ultimately be best on Sinistra. I like Mental Herb because it gives this team more threat. Like, what you can do is you can do something like lead. You can lead Rage Powder Explosion, and if they don't kill Sinistra, you can click Rage Powder again next turn and just click like Nasty Plot or something. So like, it's a pretty strong core. Shift Tree just adds to the fun, right? And then Ursaluna adds to it pretty significantly as well, if we're being honest. Like, so Grimmsnarl Ursaluna Sinistra is a really good core. Sinistra Moltres Grimmsnarl is a really good core. What up, Critical Hits? How you doing? We are just wrapping things up here after using this deadly team that we just built last stream, and are just finishing testing today with a good old 3-0 record. So yeah, like I was saying, basically Sinistra Moltres Grimmsnarl Arcanine has proved itself to be an amazing core. I've lost to it multiple times, and Ursaluna Grimmsnarl Sinistra is also a really good core. So when you kind of just add Ursaluna onto that other 4, you have an amazing team already, right? And then Shift Tree is just Shift Tree. We like to have fun here, you know? And so Shift Tree, while not being the best Pokemon ever, definitely did things in that last one, right? It clicked Fake Out. It it clicked Fake Out. It stopped Urshifu from doing something. And then, after it clicked Fake Out, it clicked Leaf Blade. And even with a -2 Leaf Blade, it almost KO'd Urshifu. I think it was -2. Because they clicked... No, it was -1. Either way. It almost killed Urshifu with a -1 Leaf Blade with its Life Orb. And we luckily had Moltres to pick up the slack, right? But, you know, we have also exploded Shift Tree, and that's the fun part. But the point that I'm trying to make my way around to is that ultimately Shift Tree could probably be replaced by either Gastrodon or Rillaboom, Ogerpon. I think Ogerpon is one that I've definitely had in mind. Predominantly the Water Ogerpon, because it'd be nice to have a water hitter on this team, and it would also be nice to have Follow Me water healing thing. Water Absorb. So, you know, it's just some things to think about. Me and one of the people that I more or less do coaching with through the join button on my channel, which you guys can probably see, we've been talking about Big Root Sinistra. And if you're not running Mental Herb and your Life Orb is already taken and your Citrus Berry is already taken, I actually think that Big Root is a pretty good item for Sinistra, because one of the reasons that I like Life Orb is I'm dealing more damage, which means I'm healing more, and it kind of offsets the Life Orb. Like, it doesn't really matter that I have a Life Orb if I have Machigacha, and my Machigacha is doing more damage, so I'm healing up my Life Orb as I'm using it, basically. Like, you know what I mean? So I just think, like, yeah, Sinistra with Life Orb, great. Big Root Sinistra, also good. But yeah, thank you, Critical. I appreciate you. And so, yeah, I mean, the team I think just makes sense, right? And we were fortunate enough to make that really good call in the last one where they did actually double target my Ursaluna. But if they double targeted my Arcanine, that could have been really bad because the knockoff, sure, it wouldn't have done that much, but because I Fairy Terra'd, the Gunk Shot actually probably would have KO'd me if they clicked knockoff plus Gunk Shot, right, into Arcanine, and I Fairy Terra on it. So, like, it was an extremely risky play, but it just felt like... I felt like based on the way that they had been playing at that point, like, they weren't gonna... They just didn't seem like they were gonna target Arcanine with something, and if they were going to target it with anything, they were just going to click Breaking Swipe again to try to keep offsetting my Choice Band. So, like, you know, if I Fairy Terra, the Breaking Swipe doesn't hit me, and yeah, so we gamed. You know, it was a swift 3-0 for the boys, and I will definitely be putting it back together for you guys for a video that assumedly more people will watch once it's not live. So, you know, yeah, people just watch the people watch the released videos more than the live stuff. So yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed the team, and I hope if you guys try it, you enjoy it. Explode Shiftry. Explode it while it's still on the team, because there's a good chance it's not going to be there for very long once I figure out what the best replacement is. So maybe it's Regieleki. Maybe we should be using Exploding Regieleki. So don't hold me to it, but I just might hold myself to it. Let's just say that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video.